All right, today we're going to talk about an opportunity that I'm going to go look at this week in my local market. One of the things that I think is hard about investing in real estate is having the vision to figure out what makes potential sense in certain markets to make income based upon your parameters or your desires. Okay, so today I just want to spend a little bit of time talking through a listing that I found over the weekend and helping us to kind of uncover whether this would be a good opportunity or not. Okay, so as you can see here on the screen, this is the listing. This is a lake in my area called Lake George. It's popular. It's a anytime ski lake that's partially in Michigan and partially in Indiana. Indiana's side of the lake has significantly lower taxes, which is something you definitely need to consider in my area when thinking about secondary properties. You don't get a homestead or any exemptions for owning a second property. And the taxes in Michigan, in my area, compared to Indiana, are awful. So Indiana is definitely the more desirable side of this lake than the Michigan side. And really, what I want to talk about here is just some of the overview of the property. As you can see, this is just a picture of it. This is the lake. One of the things that I kind of wanted to focus on, here's just a bunch of different pictures. And as you can see, this house looks dated. Okay. This house is a house. This property is a property that, in my opinion, would be attractive for many upgrades. Okay. As you can see, all the oak stained trim. You can see here some issues on some of the walls. This bathroom is the only bathroom. It does not have a shower. The wood here doesn't match probably some of the other wood. As you can see, there's just a lot of little things inside this house. The ceiling in here, not sure exactly what that is. These light fixtures, all these are tiny little things that you could do, this wall covering here, that you could do to enhance the value of this property and probably come out on top if you were to purchase it. This light fixture here, these are just extremely dated things. The carpet in all three of these rooms, cheap fixes, light fixtures, carpet, wall coverings that you could drastically, I'm not sure what in the world this is, this wire going up and down right here. But there's a lot of little things here that you could probably enhance on this listing that would allow you to make some decent money. This is probably the biggest. Okay, this is a shared. I don't even know what it is because I haven't been to there to look at it yet. But a shared building down at the lake. Okay, I'm not saying that this is like a gold mine or something, but sometimes these oddities that this can't be done right now. So if you were to build a property, build on a bare lot in my town, you would not be able to build anything this close to the water. It would have to be way further back. But now that this is already here, it's what's called grandfathered in. So they can't force you to tear it down. If you would keep one of these four structural walls, it could allow you to keep the rest of the building. And in this property, this is a co-owned building. I don't really fully understand how that works, but it's something that's different. And will just have to be something that we work through. You might not be able to do anything with that because the other owner might not have any interest. But as you can see, as I scroll back to the beginning, that is right at the lakefront. And stuff like this makes a very attractive, like imagine this, if you took off these doors, redid the entire project, redid the entire property, you wouldn't be able to come any closer in any direction. You basically have to keep the exact same footprint, but maybe there's some attractive method. I've seen many things right directly on the water like this. They redo the windows, they redo the walls, they redo some of the roof, they redo basically everything. And these can turn out really cool, right? Will you be able to live in this little area down by the water? Doubtful. But it would make an amazing kind of chill area or hangout area or It's obviously already storage, if I had to guess right now. The house, right? It's probably not in the best condition. Like I said, it doesn't have a shower, but for $350,000 on this lake, if this is anything half decent, this will probably sell really fast. This is probably in an area, I don't know this yet, I haven't researched it, but it might be in an area where you could do a VRBO or an Airbnb, some sort of an overnight short-term rental, which in my area still brings pretty good revenue relative to a rental. And then on top of that, you kind of have the kicker of being on a lake. So anytime you're on a lake in this area, I owned a property that I bought in 2006 and sold in 2009. Okay. Right through the last, I don't know, downturn in real estate. And I still made money on it. So this property could be cool. I'm not sure exactly what it looks like on the inside. I'm probably going to go look at it soon. But this is just another example. If we keep our eyes open as investors and as opportunity seekers, we can find some pretty cool projects in probably in your area or in my area that might be worth taking a gamble on, right? This is not something, the VRBO market is not something that's really easy to put your finger on and to understand exactly. But to me, it's a cool opportunity. It's an interesting way to own a property in a desirable location that's going to appreciate in value most years. And you're able to, sometimes pick stuff up at a reasonable amount of money. $350,000, it is a big chunk of change for a property without a shower, but it's directly on the lake. If you were to have a traditional place on Lake George, you'd probably be looking somewhere in the range of 500,000 to 600,000. This property right over here is probably, I don't know, 750 maybe. If I had to guess, maybe not quite that much. This is just a total guess. But anyways, just thought this was something that I could show you guys in the winter, some opportunities that come out. Maybe this one won't be as heavily viewed because they're selling it in the middle of winter. But it is a cool opportunity and something that I try to keep my eyes open for. I would encourage anyone who's interested in real estate to do the same. You almost have to scan the market, like, I don't know, weekly for opportunities like this and just see what's out there. And I can tell you, I've looked at a lot of places like this. Most of them are total trash. Like this, the likelihood of this being an opportunity that I take advantage of is probably about 10%, but maybe it's 5%. I don't know. But to me, it's worth a look. It's only going to take maybe half an hour, 45 minutes to go kind of look at this and see what it's like. I would be looking for level floors, just foundational structure that is quality. I might not be finding that on a home of this value and this size, but that's what I'd be looking for. If that part's good, I might pursue it a little bit. I need to see kind of what everything looks like, kind of how everything's laid out, but it's an interesting opportunity. So anyways, without further ado, hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, you can feel free to reach out. I'm no expert. I'm just trying to learn as I go, but just thought this video might be helpful and give you some ideas. Thanks for taking a peek and talk to you soon.